What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live Show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. This is your New York Knicks weekly recap show. We'll be talking about how the Knicks did last week, and also, too, looking forward to this week, which should be pretty imposing is the word I'll use, right? But a great week last week for them boys. They go 3-0 last week by beating, of course, the Hawks, the Brooklyn Nets, and the Sacramento Kings, right? Which was, I thought, was a great week for them. So now going forward, we got to look forward to a lot of big dogs, man. A lot of big dogs. Of course, we got Memphis tonight at 7:30. So those are the first teams we got to think about. Of course, also, too, we got those pesky Lakers later on this week. I believe it's a primetime game. Excuse me. I believe it's a primetime. This Grover, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rocking with LV Live. I think it's a primetime game with the Lakers, I believe. I think it's this Saturday at 8:30. And I think that's going to be I think this week and next week are going to be back-to-back wins for the Knicks. Back-to-back games. So where they're going to be playing primetime games, guys. Because they got Denver this week. They got Denver Wednesday, the Lakers, Saturday. And then the next Saturday, they got the Lakers. They got the Celtics, 8:30 on ABC. So this is going to be back-to-back weekends. Back-to-back Saturdays. The Knicks going to be in primetime games. Excuse me. Drink some water here. So, yeah, should be in a very, very interesting week. Like I said, we got Memphis. We got Denver. We got the Lakers. And of course, next week we got Houston, we got Toronto, we got Boston. So these next 6 games will be pretty big. But guys, listen, let's do a quick. That's right, Gravity. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. That's right, lunchtime LV's lunchtime takeout special show. Appreciate that, Gravity, man. I truly do. So before we get into that, let's really talk about that last week. I mean, I thought last week was great. But I think most important, Kevin Taylor, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. I think the biggest thing for me in watching last week was that, we were coming off such a long home trip against a lot of tough teams. So you wanted to see how we were going to bounce back and how we were going to play. But I think having those 3 days off was huge for us. Huge. And I thought that really helped kind of spearheaded us to where we were able to kind of go out and kind of really play well, especially that game against the Kings, man. I thought the Kings are a good team. They really, really are. But I think that just our defensive intensity and just how we went about things really had a huge impact on them. I thought that the Kings game was really well played. And I thought I saw a team that was well rested, especially, of course, Josh Hart, we talked about, triple-double. But, I mean, OG Anunoby looked great, man. He looked like a guy that really, really needed those 3 days off. 33 big points for him. He looked like the old OG Anunoby. So I thought that was great for him. But even after that little those weekly games in which we kind of like a couple of rough patches, right? The week prior, I thought ending off the week with 3 straight wins, I thought was big, right? Against, legit competition outside to me of the Brooklyn Nets. On Dios, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rocking with LV Live today on this LV lunchtime takeout show. But so against 2 legit contenders, right? Not contenders, but really legit teams. We already knew what the Hawks were, right? The Hawks beat all the top teams in the East majority of the time. But I think also, too, beating the Kings that were also on a hot streak, right? So you had to give them credit, too. They're a really good team. So we can't – and I noticed this is what's been happening as of late. We've been kind of diminishing, our games. We beat this team because they didn't have this person. You beat this team because, you have this and – we had this, they didn't have that. All these are, listen, man, they're all NBA teams. They're all NBA teams, and the reality is that you're gonna have to come up with big time wins against big time teams, and I think that the Knicks have been able to do that as of late. But I think the most important thing is that we're winning the games that we should win. So that's why, to me, you see that right there. We're 30-16, third in the Eastern Conference. And I think that because of that, we're winning the games we're supposed to win. Due to that, that's why, to me, our record is what it is after 46 games. So I thought that last week we took care of business. But having those 3 days off was huge. Excuse me, guys. LV's getting this last remnants of this cold, man. It's this cold was no joke. But That was big. That was big. That was big. You know what I mean? Us able to kind of get. To me, I think those 3 days off were huge, man. Huge. And I keep on stressing that, but that's big for this team because we went through such a patch of playing a lot of tough teams at home. Even though it's a home game, still legit competition, and we're still not done yet, guys. Like I said, we got Denver this week, we got Memphis tonight, and we got the Lakers Saturday. We got the Red Hot Rockets next week. We're going to slow things down a bit playing Toronto, but then we got Boston. About that rematch I've been talking about for the longest. Got to get back. So Boston has kind of showed that they have little chinks in their armor, right? If you look at the record, guys, we're honestly only like 2 games out from being in, the number 1 seed in the Atlantic Conference, right? So we're 2 games out from them. So we're right there, man. And listen, this is a long season. Everybody's going to kind of have their ups and downs and their knickknacks and things that, they Thomas Banks, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live during this LV lunchtime special show, takeout show, I call it. Appreciate you coming through rocking with me today, man. Truly doing this Knicks weekly recap show. So I thought just this midpoint of the season, and it's funny because when I watched the MSG show, Wally has talked about it, how this is the tough time of the schedule. It's really, really a tough time in the schedule, man. It really is because a lot of these guys are looking forward to the All-Star break. They really are. They're looking forward to getting on a break, kind of, just having that week off. Some guys are happy that they're going to All-Star game because, remember, they get a bonus in their check. But some guys, man, they just want to, get back. A guy like Josh Hart, man, he probably doesn't even care. You know what I mean? So I think that them being able to, excuse me, guys. Oh, man, LV's just trying to get rid of this cold. For that All-Star week, man, for those guys are looking at that time as just time to relax. Some guys go to Cabo and stuff like that. Some guys just relax at home, but they really need those days off. Knicks 100 GM, man, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live today for this Knicks weekly recap show. So all in all, man, so most teams are looking forward to this All-Star break, including Knicks. So that's something that we should be looking forward to because I think that we're going to, very similar to how we were when we had those 3 days off. I think that's going to be the same impact with the All-Star game. And so I think that that's kind of huge and something for us to really, really, really look forward to. But guys, listen, outside of the games, right? Outside of the games and how well the Knicks played, winning those 3 in a row last week, we got 2 All-Stars last week, guys. We got 2 All-Stars that we felt should have been All-Stars. Of course, Towns, definitely, because of the way Embiid's been playing. We already know who the best center is in the East because of Towns. But we didn't know exactly what the situation was going to be with Jalen Brunson, right? And so when that got talked about and really kind of got brought up that he was named the starter, I wasn't surprised, man. I was surprised. I just hope the guys got it right. And so now both of those guys, 2 All-Star starters for the Knicks, the first time in 50 years. The last time that happened was with Clyde and Pearl Washington. Excuse me, Pearl Washington, man. See, I'm thinking of Brooklyn, man. The Syracuse, the Earl the Pearl Monroe, excuse me. If anybody know Pearl Washington, Brooklyn, New York, boys and girls, with Syracuse was the man. Rest in peace to the Pearl. But when I think of Pearl, that's the first person I think about being from New York City. But Earl the Pearl Monroe, him and Clyde were All-Star starters about 50 years ago, man. So that was the first time for the Knicks. Of course, it's not the first time the Knicks have had 2 All-Stars, but starters in 50 years, man. So that's great to see. Wanted to kind of play this clip right here for you guys to take a look at and listen to, breaking down exactly, how that went into the decision that was made. Here we go.
There will be 2 names on your card, from what I understand. There will be 3 on your card, from what I understand. So we'll start with the East backcourt. Please, after you announce the first one, we'll talk about him, show some video, then we'll do the second.
Kind of like the way you produce the show.
So
You just told a lie.
What?
So you said he's going to name somebody, and then we're going to talk about him, and then you're going to put the video, and then I'm going to have to have the video ready. So you have to tell somebody.
No, we have a video of everybody, all the possibilities.
They just have to have them ready, huh?
Because we knew the numbers.
Good point, Charles. That's messing with y'all, man. Good point, Charles. Thank you.
Kenny, are you prepared to give us the first name in the Eastern Conference for the starters?
This is, y'all going to be happily surprised. The first name East starters, guard. Jalen Brunson from the New York Knicks. Well deserved.
Second straight All-Star appearance for Jalen Brunson, the 28-year-old for the 29-16 Knicks, number 3 in the East, averaging 26 points a game. That's number 9. 3 rebounds, 7 assists, which is number 9. Shooting 49%, 39% from deep, and has 15 games of at least 30 points. So Jalen Brunson is a starter out of the East. Who is your second?
I'm happy I got to say his name. And second, in the back,
Mitchell. Now, Sir Charles, one at a time on these 3 names for the East front court.
And the Oscar goes to? One name, please. Okay. From the New York Knicks, Karl Anthony Towns. 2 Knicks.
2 Knicks among the starters.
Well deserved.
His 5th All-Star appearance in his 10th season. 25 points a game is number 13. He's second in rebounds with 14 a night. He's had 18 games of at least 15 rebounds. That's the most in that department in the NBA. And so Karl Anthony Towns, one of the starters in the East from the New York Knicks.
Great breakdown for them boys and well-deserved. Vaughn Allen, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with the LV Live on this LV Lunchtime Takeout special show, weekly recap. Appreciate you coming through, rocking with me and my crew, man. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, man. But I appreciate you coming through, rocking with me and my crew doing the New York Knicks weekly recap show. Just Knicks, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live. I love this breakdown. I love this breakdown of both of these players because we know who Brunson is. We know who Brunson is, and I'm going to play another clip in a second about him. But we know who Brunson is and what he's done when he's gotten here. Vaughn said, I've been subbed in a minute. Yo, I appreciate that, Vaughn. Appreciate that, man. I truly, truly do. Trust me when I say this. I do this for y'all, man. So I appreciate you coming through, Vaughn. So we know who Brunson was. We know what Brunson does. But what Towns has done, man, like we got to really pay attention, man. Like the guy just stated, Ernie just stated, 18 times. Over 15 rebounds, man. I mean, he's a monster on the glass. We know he can do scoring-wise. We know that. But what he's done on that glass is just amazing, man. He's second in the league in rebounds. He played against the leading rebounder the other day in Sabonis. I think Towns' thumb is really bothering him. But even with that, he still had 16 and 15, I believe, that night. You just have to really pay attention to what he's done, man, and what the impact that Towns has made since he's gotten here. And it is no question that he was the starting big for the East. No doubt about it. No doubt. Vaughn Allen says, what do you think about Josh Hart for the most improved player? 9.8 rebounds, 9.5 points, 14.5 rebounds, 5.7 assists, and 55% from the field is wild. Yo, Vaughn, you might have a point, Vaughn. You might have a point. And that's the first time you're hearing that. I think that's a possibility, man. I think that's a possibility. This has been Josh Hart's best season. But once again, the reason why this has been his best season, he played great last year. Let's be honest. He played amazing last year. But this year, he's able to do what he does. You know why? Because of Towns. Towns changes everything. That 5 out changes everything. So now it gives Josh Hart the flexibility to do what he does best. Run around and wreck house. That's what he does. Get loose balls, get rebounds, all those things what Josh Hart does. He's able to do that because now with the defense so focused on Cat and so focused on Brunson, we know what he is. Now you forget about him. So now he's able to run around and do him. Now he's able to run around and get that. Knicks 100 GM, look at that. Cade's getting that. I don't know, man. I don't know if Cade's going to get that, though, man. He could get it. Knicks 100 GM. They love Cade, man. Cade's the future, man. How big is Cade? About 6'6"? He's like SGA, man. They got like the same game. Remember, SGA 6'6" too. But we knew Cade was going to be a problem when he came out of college, man. We already knew it's just the Pistons stink. But now they're starting to put pieces around him. Eddie Kofi, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. during this Knicks Weekly Recap show on the Lunchtime LV Special Show. Appreciate you coming through rocking with us, sir. Eddie Covey said, should we start him from bench to strengthen the bench? Who you talking about? Josh Hart? No way, man. No way we do that. No way we do that. He's got to start, man. He's got to start. He's the glue. He's like our Drew Holiday. And of course, Drew Holiday is more of a gifted scorer. But as far as like a Swiss Army knife, Drew Holiday is not what Josh Hart is. He doesn't have the offensive rebound and strength and just the Josh Hart knows how to get to the ball, man. I don't know what it is, but he just knows how to do that. He just knows how to get to the ball, man. Drew Holiday doesn't really have that. He can defend. He can knock down a three. He could do all those little things that Josh Hart doesn't do, but then there are things that Josh Hart does that he doesn't do either. Vaughn Allen said, Cade is cold. Yeah, he's cold-blooded, man. He cold-blooded with it. Man. They're gonna be dangerous. I'm saying if they continue to build around him, they're gonna be cold-blooded. Remember, Jaden Ivey's out, broke his leg, so you forgot about how good he is. Remember, the Knicks wanted to get him. So they're gonna be cold. They got to keep that squad together. I don't know if they're gonna make some trades or whatever, but they got to continue to build with that young crew, man. So we got to see exactly what that's going to look like. So listen, here's another clip. I want to hear everybody's perspective on this. This was actually last year's breakdown of Brunson, and I want to hear what you guys think about this one.
This year, Chuck, and what's your takeaway?
Well, I actually like when you were going over. I like what the player said. I got nothing. I'm never going to throw shade at Dame Lillard. I love him as a person and as a player, but I would have loved to see Jalen Brunson be a starter. I said this last year. I can't believe what a great player he's turned into. When he went to the Knicks last year, I was like, that's a good signing. It's one of the best signings I've ever seen for a free agent. Nobody knew he was going to be that good. You know, he has been fantastic. He's made the Knicks relevant. And I would love You don't think the Lakers signing Shaq was? No, Shaq was a Hall of Famer. You said one of the greatest signings. No. It is one of the greatest. Did he say that? Did he not say that? And I'll stick by that. But it is a great free agent. It's not bringing Shaq to Los Angeles. No, but listen, Shaq was already one of the best players in the world ever. That's nobody thought. Nobody thought Jalen Brunson was going to be as good as he is. You don't think bringing Kevin Durant to Golden State was a great? Those guys were already made men. Okay. Nobody thought Jalen Brunson was going to be. No, he's great. I mean, I'm happy for him. He's going to be an all-star. But he's going to be an all-star. But I'm saying that's one of the greatest free agent signings in my opinion. It's my opinion. Like Shaq and Kevin Durant, those guys, Hall of Famers. They were already great players when they got traded. Nobody, and I guarantee if the Knicks, be honest with you, they didn't think he was going to be this good. They thought he would be an upgrade. But what Jalen Brunson has did for the Knicks, he made the New York Knicks relevant for the first time since Patrick Ewing. Yeah, plain and simple. 27 points a game for Jalen Brunson, 4 rebounds and 6 assists playing in 42 of their 44 games. And I should point out, I talked about how close that race was between Damian Lillard and Jalen Brunson. Actually, identical finishing scores of 3.75, but because Lillard had more fan votes, that is the tiebreaker. Oh, wow. So Damian Lillard becomes the starter for the Eastern Conference in the backcourt.
Okay. This was a great breakdown. I saw this and I said, you know what, I gotta bring this to my crew. And I think what Chuck is saying, which is valid in all aspects. Come on, man, just scroll right here. Look at that. Kenny from Queens, man. I swear it pains him to speak about a hometown team. Yeah, Kenny from Left Rack, man. Kenny from Left Rack. I think if I'm correct, I think he went to Malloy, man. I have to side with Chuck here, man. And when you start really breaking down what he means by when he's saying that the biggest impact, we already know what Shaq was, man. Anybody think that when Shaq went to the Lakers, he wasn't going to be Shaq. He was a monster in Orlando, man. A monster. The real reason he went to LA, if anybody knows, is because he wanted to do movies. It's the truth. He could have got the money from Orlando, but whatever. He had his reasons. Right? Then KD going to the Warriors. KD was come on. The OKC was legit. So come on, man. You can't use those guys. Let me read you Jalen Brunson's stats, man. His stats before coming to the Knicks. First year with Dallas, right? He averaged 9.3 points coming off the bench. Second year for Dallas, he averaged 8.2 points coming off the bench. Third year with Dallas, he averaged 12.6. Then his last year with Dallas, he averaged 16.3. Now he comes to us where we say, yo, here's the keys. First year, 24 points a game, 6.2 assists. Next year, 28.7, almost 29 points a game, 6.7 assists. This year, he's averaging 25.9, which is basically 26 and 7. This is the most assists he's averaged this year, and of course, that's because of Towns. I mean, there's no debate here. There's no debate. King Ribby, man, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. Long time no see, sir. Hope all is well with you. Coming through rocking with LV Live on the New York Knicks Weekly Recap Show. Appreciate you. There's no debate here, man. This guy has been a monster since he's gotten here. A monster. 24, 28, and 26, man. Those numbers are insane, man. For a guy who was coming off the bench. He was a bench player with Dallas. Bench player. Yeah, he had that one good year. He had the 1 year when they went to the playoffs and he got busy. But no one, and Chuck is 1,000% right. No one saw this coming, man, from this kid, man. No one did. Now he's back-to-back All-Stars. Now he's a starter this year. Last year he was a reserve. Now he's a starter. His brand is through the roof right now. I'm waiting for the sneakers to drop because they're coming. I'm waiting for the kicks to drop. And they're going to sell out in the city because I'm getting me a pair. I'm getting like 2 pairs. Sorry, guys. I apologize, man. My nose is running. This cold is getting out of me. So, you know what I'm saying? Dallas was playing games, but see, the only people that knew was his pops knew because pops put it in him. Leon Rose knew, and Tibbs knew. They knew who the kid was. They knew. They said, yo, man, he just got to get the keys. He needs a place where he can go and get the keys. And when he came here, he said, oh, this is perfect, man. This is perfect. I'm right here. I'm home. I got my whole crew around me. I got my pops. I got Tibbs. I got Leon. My mom's is right here. My sister's right here. All my boys is over here. College is right down the street. This is perfect. Oh, and y'all giving me the keys to the car? Oh, this is over. It's not by accident, man, that this kid turned out to be who he is. It's not by accident. That's the issue I have sometimes with stuff like this. Like people are like, oh, it's not. Yo, this is the biggest one, man. This is the big. No one saw this coming. No one. Even the Knicks. The Knicks knew he was going to be good, but I don't think they knew he was going to be this good. The only person that probably knew, honestly, if you guys want to keep it a buck, it's probably his pops. His pops probably knew. His pops said, yo, I know my son going to get busy. I know you just got to give him the keys. Because his pops probably saw him in practice with dudes and probably saw him crushing dudes in practice and said, yo, he needs someplace where he can go have the keys. And so, I got to lean in Chuck. I'm going to lean what Chuck is saying, man. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is bigger than Shaq, man, because Shaq was a monster, man. He was a monster in Orlando. It was him, Penny. We know the crew that was there. Nick Anderson. They had a squad, man. And if I'm correct, didn't they go to the finals and get smoked by Houston? Correct me if I'm wrong, anybody. Didn't they get to the finals and get smoked by Houston? Get swept? Didn't that happen? Come on, man. You got to identify. I mean, Thomas Banks said, yeah, Dennis Scott. Yeah, they had a crew out there, man. They had a crew. It wasn't like Shaq was a monster, man. A monster in Orlando. Do you not understand? They ain't never seen nothing like that. Then he got with the Lakers. That was it. That was it. That team that they was on, that they won everything, they going down as probably one of the best squads ever. That 01, what was it, 2000, 2001 team? When Shaq, when Kobe was Kobe. What was it, Kobe 8? That Kobe? Come on, man. Come on, B. So the whole Shaq thing is just out the window. And KD, forget about it. Everybody was mad that he wanted to go to the Warriors, right? Everyone knew that when that happened, that was like, yo, come on, man. We already knew what was going to happen. They won championships the way they did. The only reason they lost to Toronto is because KD blew out his Achilles. So come on, man. Thomas Banks, see Thomas Banks. Yeah, they ran into Akeem and got smoked. Yeah, I remember they got swept. Thank you, sir, for clarifying that. Yeah, man, he got swept by the Dream. The Dream was schooling him. So that's what I'm saying, man. So no one saw this coming with this kid, man. No one. And now he's starting to supplant. He's only 28 years old, man. He's right in his prime. So now he's starting to supplant himself as being one of the best players in the league. Would you guys say he's top 10 right now? Oh, it's killing me. Would you say he's top 10 right now in the league? What point guard is better? SGA? Right? SGA is better? Right? He's better than Dame Dollar. To me, he's better than Trae Young. I'm just thinking of guards. I'm thinking of point guards, guys at the top of the key who operates the show. We know who SGA is. I love Cade, but Cade hasn't done it on back-to-back years yet. He's got to put his team in that's what separates. Like, you got to take your team to that ascension. Like, the Knicks stunk. They were okay. Randall got them to the point, okay, Brunson took us to the next level, man. He took us to the next level. Now everybody talk about the Knicks being contenders because of Brunson. So until Cade does that with Detroit, then we can put Cade in there. Cade's got all the tools, though. Like my man Vaughn said, we already know Cade is cold-blooded. Like, I know that. But you got to win. Brunson's come here. We've won, man. We've won. So that's my only thing. My only thing with all them other players. So right now he's got to be top 10 in the league, man. Top 10. Also, too, man, let me run down. Also too, nobody knows, man. Yesterday was, of course, football day. I'll touch on that in a minute. Yesterday was a tough day, man. It was kind of like, I think it was yesterday, right? Wasn't yesterday like the passing of Kobe and his daughter, right? I think it was yesterday, man. So that was a tough day yesterday. I remember that too. I remember I told you I played with Kobe, man. I ain't played with him. I played against him a couple of times. I seen him in high school. He's the same year as me. That was ill, man, when he passed away, man. That was ill for LV. Like, ill. Because you feel like you knew him. You know what I'm saying? Like, because, I remember him in high school. He was nasty in high school. Nasty. So that was crazy. That was crazy. So Brunson had a great story he touched on here. I wanted to bring this up to the crew here, which I thought was really, really great. So check this out here, guys.
Honestly, I think I have childhood memories.
How did he inspire you as a person or a player?
Honestly, I think I have childhood memories before I even remember them. My mom and Kobe's sister, Sharia, were college teammates and roommates at Temple University. My dad knew Kobe while he was at Temple. And Kobe playing high school ball, obviously, in Philly. And then I remember one time my dad coaching for the Bulls and Kobe coming out of the locker room when I was in 8th grade. And like he said what's up to my dad, and then like ran to my mom, gave him like a huge hug, like he'd known them forever. And I was just so confused. I didn't really understand what was going on. And that's when I realized that their connection ran deep. And a lot of the stuff that my dad taught me, like philosophy-wise, my mentality-wise, kind of comes from that. And so, yeah, it's been like a lifetime thing.
That's an ill breakdown, man. You see how it's like six degrees of separation in life? Yo, boss, his mom's and Kobe's sister was roommates and played on the same team together at Temple, B. Look at that. Kobe used to come up to Temple to see the sister play and used to be around Rick Brunson. So Rick Brunson would watch him all to see the kid, so he knew the kid was going to be nice. If anybody knows, Lower Merion is like, it's like the suburbs. It's actually close. It's actually close, Lower Merion, where Kobe went to high school. It's actually close to Villanova. Because it said Villanova is a nice part of Philly. It's like on the outskirts. You know who got a house out there, like close over there? Bill Cosby got a house over there. Giving you guys a breakdown of where you know like how it goes. So Villanova is like kind of like in the suburbs, like really, really nice area. Lower Merion is like next town over. It's a really, really nice town. That's where Kobe played ball at. So it makes sense that he would go to Temple if his sister was going there. And when Rick Brunson, remember, when he was at Temple, they had a squad. Remember, it was him, Eddie Jones, Aaron McKee. They had a bomb squad with Don Chaney as the coach. They was legit. Rick Brunson was cold-blooded in college. So it makes sense that Kobe would come up there and be around them because they were one of the best teams in the nation. They were like top 10 in the nation when Rick Brunson was there. So it makes sense that Jalen, when he would get older, he would kind of be around him and kind of see the bond that Rick had with Kobe, because he's like, I remember this boy when he was young, when he was in high school. And the moms is probably like, me and his sister are tight. So I remember taking him, I don't know, to McDonald's or something like that. I mean, just think, right? I mean, LB's going out the window, but what I'm saying is that, like Brunson said, it's deeper than that, man. And a lot of times people don't realize how deep this stuff goes. Like, it's not by accident Brunson is who he is. It's not by accident he landed with the Knicks. It's not by accident. This was all supposed to happen, man. I played you guys, I told you guys before, the background of Leon and Worldwide West and all them boys, man, and how far it goes back, even with Towns Pops. They all tight. All them guys from Jersey. Brunson was born in Jersey. Cherry Hill is right next to Philly. Rick Brunson used to play in Philly, of course, with Temple, and then he got cool with Leon. So this is how it goes, man. Kobe was from Lower Merion. Like, just look at how everything is all connected. So it's not by accident that this kid is the killer the way he is on that court, man. It ain't by accident, B. It's not. His pops learned from Don Chaney. Don Chaney, if anybody knows Temple basketball, he was a beast as a coach. So when Kobe used to come over there and learn from them. And all those things that he learned, that Rick Brunson learned, he put into this kid. And that's why Brunson's a killer on that court, man. Cold-blooded. That's why he's the way he is, man. So once again, when people see success, right? You see success. You wonder why guys can do what they do. It's never by accident, man. It's never by accident. Don't think for 1 second it's by accident. And that, he just landed on his lap. No, it didn't. No, it did. This started early. It started even before the boy was born, before Kobe. These are the things his pops learned and all. And when he got a son, he put it in him. And that's why this kid is a killer. That's why he's the way he is. Cold-blooded. Listen, when he's out there on the court, there's 2 minutes left in the game. We down by 1. Is anybody concerned? No, because this guy got the rock. So you know. I ain't worried. Where does that come from, man? Where does that come from? So like Barkley said, no one knew this kid was going to be who he was. You know who knew? His pops knew. His pops knew. So that's why these things aren't by mistake, man. It's not by mistake. Great breakdown by Brunson, man. Great breakdown by Brunson. Knicks on the chip. I heard Tibbs seen Brunson in the hospital when he was born before he pops. Where you heard that at, man? Where you heard that at? Fire Red. What's going on, man? I appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. It's my first time seeing you coming through rocking with me and my crew, man. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, man. But I appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew, man. It's truly, truly appreciated. So that's why I had to get that quick breakdown of Brunson, man. You guys got to know where it's coming from. Also, too, play this other quick clip for you guys. Towns talks about his introduction to the NBA. Check this out.
I had played Kobe already in high school. Him, Bron, Kevin Love, Tyson Chandler. I had played against someone in the Dominican Republic national team in Vegas.
So you're a ninth grader playing against Kobe Bryant.
I was. I had no facial hair, Rich. I had the short haircut.
Young man, Carl Towns Jr., the 16-year-old from New Jersey, has gotten a chance here the last 6 minutes, Mark. This young man plays at St. Joe's High School in Metuchen. Towns, a real talent at 6'11", has a size 20 shoe.
Did you ever?
Once again, it's not by accident. You see, like I'm trying to show this is easy work, man. Listen, it's not by accident. These dudes is nice, man. Ninth grade, B. He was in ninth grade. He was a freshman. Anybody remember freshman year in high school? I remember. I look like Towns. I look like look like a kid. You see Towns, right? Like he's a year away from eighth grade. Put in perspective for you guys. He's a year away from being in eighth grade. He was in ninth grade, man. 6'11", playing with them dudes, knocking down threes and all that against Kobe and all them cats in their prime. It's not by accident. So Towns is doing what he's doing. It's not. Started early, man. Jay Supreme, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live today. New York Knicks weekly recap show. So it's not by accident, man. See, same thing with Towns. You saw Towns out there, young kid. You could tell he's young. Knocking down threes, though, banging them. Going to the post, doing behind the back passes. These guys, man, this. So it's not by accident these dudes are all-stars, man. Towns being a 5-time all-star and Brunson being a 2-time all-star. It's not by accident these guys are who they are, man. When you see the history of these dudes and why they become what they are, it's not by accident. It's not. All right, guys. So listen, really quick, man. I want to hear you guys break down really fast. I want to hear from everybody here. What do you think we go, man? What do you think our record's going to be, man? Listen, I told you guys the schedule. We got Memphis, Denver, the Lakers. Now look, they're all at home. Then we got Houston. Then we got to go up to Toronto, go see RJ and them boys. And then we got Boston next Saturday. I think all those games are going to be tough. I think the Knicks are going to do well, though, because they're playing at home. You know what's a sneaky game, guys, that's not even on that schedule that I didn't even mention right now? Tuesday at the Pacers. That's a dangerous game because we're going to be coming out of this whole long this schedule right here. But that Tuesday after that Boston game, we go to Indiana. Be careful that game because we can get our doors blown off because the way they can score. Right, so we got to be careful with that game. I can see Halliburton going berserk. And having like 38, and we losing by like 20. I can see that happening. That's a dangerous game. That's on February 11th, right before Valentine's Day. I can see that happening. I mean, Jay Supreme says we're gonna go 4-2. 4-2. I'm gonna put it in the chat right here, right? Everybody, take a look. So we got Memphis, Denver, LA, Rockets, Toronto, and Boston. BQ for BK, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with the LV Live. So I'll put it in the chat right now. You guys let me know. Where do we go right here, man? Because this is danger zone. 6 games right here. My man Jay Supreme said we go 4-2. Here go my man Knicks 100 GM. He's back. This team's too unpredictable for me. There he is. Fire Red said the Knicks starting five is a star. They are not superstars. Yo, man, you don't think Towns is a superstar? You don't think Brunson's a superstar right now? Those guys are superstars, man. They're starting in the East. Those guys are superstars, man. Those guys are superstars in the league. Both of those dudes are top 10 probably in the league. If you're top 10, you're a superstar. All right, I'm getting some good numbers here. I got Disc Rover says we go 3-3. Thomas Banks at 5-1. Jay Supreme said I'm hoping for 3-3. Likely 3-3, hoping for 4-2. My man Vaughn Allen says 5-1. Lost to the Lakers. Ooh. You got us losing to the Lakers? Okay. Eddie Kofi says 4-2. Nice. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live during this Knicks Weekly Recap show. Coach, what's going on, man? Hope all is well with you, sir. Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live today. My man Nice said Josh Hart is playing like a solid star. Yo, he is. He is. He's kind of, you know what's ill? He's kind of playing in like that Drew Holiday role, man. But Drew Holiday's an all-star, man. He's an all-star. But the problem, why he can't get over that hump, Nice, he's not scoring at a high enough clip. Them dudes that are all-stars like that and are star players, they're averaging anywhere between 19 to 22 points a game. He got to be somewhere like that. But that's not his game, though, man. He's not going to do that. He's not going to do that. He's not going to push the limit like that as far as scoring. Nice. He's not. That's just not his game. And he's not going to go out of his way to do that. You know what I'm saying? He's just not going to do that. Nice says we go 5-1. Ooh. Who we lose to, though, Nice? Who we lose to? Thomas Banks said Josh should be an all-star. I don't know, man. I don't know if he should be an all-star, man. Whose spot he knocking off, though, man? He knocking off Cade? I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Cade gonna make it, man. Cade gonna make it. So you gotta think who we gonna knock off. Whose spot he taking? PQ from BK says John Morant playing tonight. Yeah, he playing tonight, man. You know he playing. Of course, he's playing in the Garden, man. He definitely playing. I think everybody's playing. Yo, you know you gotta watch out for tonight? That big kid from Purdue, Zach Edey. Remember Zach Edey? Yo, he's a monster, man. He's a monster. If he get it together somewhat, man, he might be like Yao Ming on steroids. If he get it right. He's big, man. What is he about? 7'4"? How big is Zach Edey? 7'4"? Thomas Bay said, if Draymond can make it, why not Josh? Yo, Draymond won a lot, man. He won a lot with the Warriors, man. So he was exposed to a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, so because they were winning a lot and he was out there and he was a main cog, that's why he got that edge. We haven't won anything yet. So let's say the Knicks win back-to-back chips, right? And Josh Hart's a big part of that. And let's say maybe one of them, Josh Hart gets finals MVP. Then he'll get the All-Star nod. Then he'll get that. But Draymond's been in the heart of battles, man, with great teams. And he's been a big piece to what it is the Warriors do. B. Willis, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live today. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, man, please subscribe to the channel. B. Willis, but I appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew. My man Nice says his game is a silent player that affects the game like Rodman. Does not have the elite rim protection as Rodman, but remember, Hart is 2 inches smaller than him. Dennis Rodman was different, though, man. The Worm was different. And you know why the Worm was different, too? It wasn't just a rebound, Joe. He could lock up defensively, man. Lock up. lock up. The Worm was different on the defense. Remember, the Worm would give Karl Malone problems. Josh Hart can't guard Karl Malone. Karl Malone would eat Josh Hart's lunch, man. The Worm was different, man. The Worm was different. My man Nice said, LV, lose to either the Rockets or Celtics. Don't see them losing against the Lakers. Agreed. Yo, man, I think I think the Rockets is dangerous, man, right? The Rockets is dangerous. They're like the Pistons, man. Young and feisty. Just always just causing ruckus. Atlantic Line, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. Next weekly recap show. Everybody coming through rocking with me, man, during this lunchtime. I appreciate it. I hope everybody's having a good day today. William Collier, man. It's my first time seeing you coming through rocking with me and my crew, man. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel, man. But I appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew during this LV lunch special show. That's what I usually call it. But it's the next weekly recap. But I appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew, man. It's truly appreciated. All right. B. Willis says we need one more downhill player like Josh Hart. Yo, man, you know what? I agree with you. Those guys are hard to find, man, and they're expensive. They're expensive, man. But Josh Hart does. Those guys are expensive, man. Expensive. And the Knicks just don't have the bandwidth to get a guy like that. Because right now, guys, Josh Hart is getting $81 million, right? How much would if Josh Hart went out in the market right now, how much would he get? How much would Josh Hart get? You see how much money iHeart got, right? Look how much iHeart bumped his status. And it wasn't even so much iHeart was playing like iHeart's a great player. He's good, but it's playing for the Knicks, man, and being in primetime games, primetime matchups, and you getting busy. That's what bumps your price tag. How much is Josh Hart getting right now? He's getting 81, I believe, from us. Yo, man, I think he goes up. Ooh, look at my man Thomas Banks. He said 175. Easy. Wow. That's a big number. Oh, excuse me. That's a big number. I don't say that. Nah, that's too much. I think he gets, if we get him 81, capping out, I think he gets like 140. Capping out. But he's going to get anywhere between 115 to 140. That's because he's playing with us, man. He's in primetime games. You know what I'm saying? So you got to pay attention to what he's doing, man. You know what I mean? Because, we got to steal. But those guys are really expensive, man. All them downhill players that, you know what I'm saying, they're really, really, really expensive. Coach is Cam Whitmore. He's under contract out there with the Rockets, right? Because the Rockets are stacked. They got a whole bunch of young players that they're not going to be able to keep who are good. I like, what's the kid out there? I like Eason. I like Eason a lot, but they're not going to let him go. There's no way they're going to let him go. So I can see a guy like Cam Whitmore maybe getting let loose this summer. You know what I'm saying? But, I like Cam. Cam's a Villanova kid too, man. Northeast cat. Where's he from, man? He went to Villanova. Part of La Costa Nostra. That's what they call him, man. Nova Costa, something like that. Let me see Cam Whitmore real quick. So I like doing a breakdown of all these guys. See, once again, right? You got to understand guys and understand their background and who they are. That's what matters, because you got to say to yourself, can they fit into the culture? So Cam Whitmore is a Northeast cat. He's from Maryland. He's from Maryland, man. He's from DMV. And if I'm correct, I know he went to Villanova. Yeah, he went to Villanova Academy. He's from Maryland. He's a Northeast cat. Same thing as Josh Hart. So once again, so all that's got to mesh. You know what I'm saying? All that's got to mesh together. It's got to mesh. You know what I'm saying? So all those things. So once again, when you get a guy, right, in free agency, I don't really think we're going to get anybody in the trade, man. I don't think that's going to really happen. I think we're going to probably bring up maybe TJ Warren or Kike or something like that. Maybe move Sims, something like that. But I don't think we're getting anything, right? So once again, Cam Whitmore, I love. But once again, these guys got to fit the culture, man. You got to make sure when they get in here, they fit the culture. They are matching what we're doing. Do you understand what I'm saying? So all that matters, man. And Cam Whitmore fits the culture. So I think he'll come in here. It'll be a seamless, move. You know what I'm saying? So then he'll be playing with his Villanova boys. Tibbs is going to have to play a drop coverage again for 24 minutes. Drop coverage against who, Disc Grover? Against who? Because I'm not big on the drop coverage. Disc Grover said the bench will be switching again. We're switching again about three. Yeah, I'm not big on that drop coverage, man. I'm not big on that drop coverage, Disc Grover. Because certain teams, they kill, bro, you do that drop coverage, these dudes just too nice, man. Like you can't do drop coverage on a guy like Cade. You can't do drop coverage on a guy like SGA. A lot of these dudes coming off that screen, Towns is backing up. That's the money shot. That's a foul line. That's a foul line jumper, man. He's going to start having to press up there. It's simple rotation, right? I wish I had a board up here. When Towns forces him, Rondo, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through Rock with LV Live. That's my man, Rondo, one of my day ones. Appreciate you coming through Rock with me, sir. When that screen is set and that guard is coming off, or the wing or whomever, Towns got to pressure him up there. He's got to push that. When they come off, they're coming off hard. Towns got to press that. If they're going to hit that double, they got to hit it hard. It's all rotation. Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, Bridges, whoever's over there has got to drop down and get on that big. You got to cover that big. Because let's say it's on the left wing. Right? They do that trap. It's going to be really, really hard for that guard to swing that ball across the court to get either OG Anunoby's man or Bridges' man to hit that open three. That's really, really hard. That's a really hard pass to make. So it's a simple shift. Cat's going to have to blitz him. You got to double that. And Josh Hart or whoever's down there or OG Anunoby has got to think fast and say, yo, we got to switch and get on that big. We got to switch and get on that big and not get behind him, fight and get in front of him. Because then the kid can't make the pass. It's just insane. Like I was like, my man, this is simple. It's simple hoops, man. This is simple hoops. I was doing that in middle school. This is simple. This is rotation. That pass across the court to get to that corner, that's hard to make, man. And even if he tries to make that pass, OG Anunoby, as big as he is, he can intercept it. So that's damn near impossible because the double's right there. The double's right there. Cat's got to force him up. Brunson's probably already on the corner or whoever's over there. Could be, I don't know, Bridges, whoever. You guys understand what I'm saying? So whoever that guard is coming off that screen, if him and Brunson are pressing and trapping that, whoever's on the opposite side of them, not the same side, on the opposite side, has got to flash hard and get right in front of that big man. You got to flash hard and get right in front of that big man. You got to do that. It's just easy, man. It's just easy hoops. Yo, P. Duggar, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live. It's my first time seeing you come through rocking with me and my crew, man. Please subscribe to the channel, sir. Appreciate you coming through rocking with me. CC, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live and my crew on this New York Knicks Weekly Recap show. Please subscribe to the channel, man. Appreciate you coming through rocking with me. I've just never been, you know what I'm saying? I've just never been, this rover position for a white boy driving the race. Yo, word up, because I could break it down. It's easy. Like that. That's how you got to do it, man. When you're dropping like that. Knicks about 80% of the league drops, and they're bugging for that. They're bugging for that. Knicks 100 GM. Why you're so afraid of the rim protection, which is cool, because that's why you're dropping from the rim protection. But everybody's shooting threes. So what are you dropping for? You just got to rotate. That's it. Everyone is shooting threes. I mean, even bums are shooting threes. It's insane. That's why I think the ratings are down. We've talked about this here on the show before. That's why the ratings are down. It looks terrible. There's bums shooting threes. That's what the league is turning to. So why are you dropping? Why are you dropping? When Paris Douglas said, yo, you got to force up and block immediate pass. Agreed, man. Agreed. That's it. This is easy, man. This is not hard, man. Vaughn Allen said the defensive teams in the league don't use drop. Yeah, because it's crazy. It's insane, man. It's bad basketball, man. You're giving up a 15-footer. These dudes shoot that in their sleep. In their sleep, man. You're giving them a wide open jump shot. Most of the league, all the guys are doing is shooting. No one's taking it to the rack like that. Everybody wants to shoot a three. Everybody. Thomas Payne said you could drop with Mitch, not Towns. Whoa, you're gonna have to drop with Mitch because he doesn't have the foot speed to get over to challenge the wing guy, because the guy will blow right by him. So that's the key with the bigs. You got to be able to be mobile, right, Thomas Payne? So you got to be able to rotate when the guy comes off of that pick, because he's coming off the pick hard and fast. So you got to be able to rotate your feet, your hips quickly to get over there, because he's trying to drive the lane or drive and kick. So now you got to block that off, and that's when he's looking to either hit the big on the pick and roll, and that's where you have somebody drop in front of the big to where that pass is not available. So now you're going to force him to make a pass across the court or do whatever, and it's just rotation. That's it. Just rotate, man. That's it. But you can't be giving up easy jump shots, man. And that's just insane. So, all right, people, listen, let me get up out of here. Listen, I'm going to do a show tonight after the game, so please come through and check that out. But listen, I appreciate everybody coming through rocking with me, man, during this lunchtime, LV lunchtime special show, New York Knicks recap show, whatever you want to call it. But I appreciate everybody coming through rocking with me, man. It's truly, truly appreciated. So please make sure everybody come back tonight, after the Memphis game. I will break that down, so please come through and check it out. All right, people, listen, I'm LV Live, and that's my show. I'm out of here, people. I appreciate everybody coming through rocking with me. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people. Right? Also, too, if it's your first time coming through, you're watching this on replay, please subscribe to the channel. And also, too, please leave comments, because I do respond to comments. All right, people, but listen, that's my show. I'm LV Live, and I'm out of here, people. Peace.